Emma Phillips, and this is what I learned from Dare and how important it is to stay away from drugs. Before I begin, I want you all to hear what I'm saying as I tell you this small fact. It sounds as though it may not make a big impact on some, but I hope someone here lets this sink in. Even though it sounds unbelievable, cigarettes have such high nicotine levels that even just one cigarette in 1 month will leave you with a craving urge for more and more, soon leaving you with a hard inability to stop your addiction. I hope I gave you something to think about. Something that I've learned in Dare is that those who smoke end up with some awful consequences that affect their life and affect their health and their life too. For starters, cigarettes contain nicotine, a powerfully addictive substance, so even if one wants to stop, it's going to take a lot of willpower too. Secondly, not only are you putting such an addictive substance in your system, you're also putting more than 200 known chemicals in your body, and that's not including all the unknown chemicals too. You are putting chemicals in with a conscience of not being able to stop easily. Smoking can also affect your lungs very harshly, causing colds, upper respiratory problems, and may even cause you to have lung cancer. There are even bigger problems to those who inhale that toxin secondhandedly than people who just do it straight up. Almost 50,000 people die every year from just inhaling that smoke that's blowing by them. So for those who are smoking, are already up to 400,000 people dying a year, but they are killing those around them even if they were also healthy. I also learned about the different ways we say no to drugs, such as alcohol, cigarettes, and vapes, and more. I can make an excuse such as no thanks, the smell already gives me a bad headache, or no, I need to head home now. Or you can simply say no and walk away. That is just as effective as making an excuse because you will not have to be asked or peer pressured in any other way. You can also change the subject. Hey, I found some beer in the fridge. Want a sip? Your answer could be, no, I'm okay. Let's bring hair instead. Another thing that I have learned is that when you are stressed, we all have different feelings and emotions towards ourselves and others. There are also different actions that can do more harm than good when we're stressed, like crying, screaming, harming ourselves from scratching or beating our chest, throw things, slam doors, nausea, and more. As for emotions, we can feel sad, upset, frustrated, and nervous. But we have learned some helpful and important ways to help cope with stress. We could write it all down in a notebook and give yourself a little break to write it down. This could settle your mind before bed, allowing your head to rest and shut down. Or you can talk to someone you care about and trust and ask them for help. One last thing you can do is go outside and go for a walk or just look around without screen time for a while. This will help you recharge and allows you to think about your actions and how you can fix them. How I used the Dare decision-making model is when I was playing ball. I was in a younger league and I had a super good best friend. We did everything together all the time. So, one time we were playing a game against a difficult team, I got to be third base and she was my backup. One batter on the other team hit the ball into the outfield where my friend was. She caught it and threw it to me right when I turned away from her and wasn't paying attention. She threw a ball hard to me and it smacked me right in between my shoulder blades, which made me fall to the ground. While I was sitting in the dugout with my friend, I was thinking over what had just happened and how to avoid it again. I just got hit with the ball, so my choices were to pay attention and watch the ball, hope it doesn't happen again, or just not pay attention to where the ball was going. I chose to pay attention. Where the ball was going, my eyes were on it. I knew my choice was the right one because ever since then I have been catching balls and looking for it even if it wasn't close to me. Even my teammates started paying close attention too because they obviously didn't want to get hit smack with a softball. So in some strange way, I helped my team. I plan to use my knowledge from Dare in the future by saying no to drugs. Someone I know had told me that a lot of teens in their school vaped or smoked and had heard them ask others if they want to do it. Everyone knew how to respond and did it confidently but kindly. I tend to also do the same while inspiring them to stop as well. I also want to take this knowledge into adulthood and especially college. I know a lot of college students tend to drink and smoke underage, so I hope that if someone asks me if I wanted a beer to go out drinking with them, I would have the courage to tell them no and convince them to just stay home with me and eat chips instead. I want to help at least one person stop their addiction with cigarettes or drinking and help them get back on their feet. In conclusion, I have learned how to deal with stress and how to politely say no in Dare class. I have learned that doing drugs doesn't in any way make you cool, but can and will lower your chance of having a full amazing life. I, Emma Phillips, pledge to stay drug-free and stay safe. Thank you.